Have you ever been at the lowest point in your life? When everything feels broken, when the dreams you built slowly collapse, and the voice in your head keeps saying, "It's enough, just stop." If you have, relax. You're not alone, because I've been there too. I used to start everything with so much excitement. I had big dreams. I believed my future would be different. I was sure I could succeed like the people I saw out there. But reality hit me hard. Not once, not twice, but countless times. Every step I took often ended in failure. The plans I built fell apart. People's expectations turned into doubt, and my dreams felt farther away, not closer. There were times I ran out of money. There were times I felt like the biggest failure compared to my friends. There were times when my confidence dropped to zero. There were times I woke up in the middle of the night, not because of motivation, but because I was terrified of the future. People could say, "Be patient, there will be a way." But honestly, at that time I couldn't see any way at all. All I saw was a dead end. Started questioning myself. Why me? Why is everything so hard? Am I really destined to fail? And for the first time, I almost gave up. Still remember that day clearly. I sat alone in a quiet place, with my head full of noise, and a heart that felt too heavy to carry. I lowered my head and whispered, "I'm tired. I'm so tired." No dramatic tears, no screaming, just exhaustion, silent and deep. That day, I almost truly stopped. I almost closed the book on my dreams. I almost said to life, "Okay, I lose." But instead, at that lowest point, everything changed. Because out of nowhere, a thought appeared. If I stop now, all this pain will mean nothing. If I had given up that day, all my tears would mean nothing. All my struggles would just become an unfinished story. And the most painful thing of all, I would never know how strong I truly am. I may have failed, but I wasn't done. And from that moment, I rose. I started again from the smallest step. Not from a big move, not from a brilliant strategy, but from a tiny step I could take that very day. I woke up early not because of motivation, but because of discipline. I worked not because I was confident, but because I had no choice but to try. I fought not because I was sure I would win, but because I refused to quit. The days felt slow, the results weren't visible yet, but there was one thing different. I kept moving, and do you know what I realized? Success isn't born when everything is easy. Success is born when we survive the moments that almost break us. I thought my lowest point was the end. Turns out, it was my beginning. Little by little, the results started to show. Opportunities began to appear. The people who once doubted me started showing appreciation. The things that once felt distant slowly came closer. Not because I became an extraordinary person overnight, but because I refused to stop when everything was falling apart. Now, when I look back, I'm not proud because I never fell. I'm proud because I almost gave up, but I chose to rise. If I can give one message to those who might be in that place right now, don't stop at the bad chapter. If you're still breathing, your story isn't finished yet. It's not the ending that defines you, but your decision to keep going when everything feels heavy. Remember, success doesn't belong to those who never fail, but to those who never stop trying. And maybe your success story is beginning right at the moment you feel like giving up. If you're still breathing, that means God hasn't finished writing your story. It's not the ending that defines who you are. It's your decision to keep moving when everything feels like it's going to fall apart. Remember this, success doesn't belong to those who never fail, but to those who never stop trying. And maybe your greatest success story is starting the very day you feel like giving up.